guys. It's Carol and the dogs. We're sitting in the Sam's parking lot today. The kids are with us, and so Casey took them into Sam's, and I don't know what she went in there to get. I've forgotten now, but anyway, it's a beautiful day out here. It's lots of sunshine, and just a great day to be outside. You can't see my shirt, but I've got on my my autumn shirt. Now, I can't even get it to where you can see what it says. Oh, well. Anyway, my friend Debbie, I'm going to look up her channel name and put it right here. I never can remember exactly what her channel name is. Kentucky Life with Debbie, maybe. Anyway, she's been reading books. She read Anne of Green Gables, and she read Secret Garden, and now she's reading Pollyanna. I haven't listened to any of Pollyanna just because I've been busy. There are not enough hours in the day for me. I am never bored because I've got a list of things I want to do, and there aren't enough hours in the day to do any of them. Or all of them, or whatever. Anyway, Debbie has been reading these books, and I really enjoy listening to her read them. But she thinks she needs a break. She does have a lot on her plate. Her husband's ill, and she's his caregiver. And anyway, she asked me, after she listened to me read the little excerpts from the Jan Karon books. By the way, if any of you have been persuaded to go out and read a Jan Karon book, let me know so I'll know if I'm doing any good in the world. I really want all of you to read a Jan Karon book. Get it on Kindle if you don't have a library card. But if you have a library card, use your library card. If any of you read Modern Magi or A Stranger for Christmas, if any of you are going to read those books, please let me know. My mission in life is to promote those two books at Christmas time. Honestly, I told you I've read them probably every year for 30 years at Christmas. If not more years, seriously. I love those two little books. They're very slender. They don't take long to read at all. They're a short story, actually. But anyway, back to Debbie and her asking me, would I like to take over reading a book? Well, I don't have a Kindle, but I have the Kindle app. And in my library, my Kindle library, I have L.M. Montgomery's short stories. L.M. Montgomery wrote Anne of Green Gables. Her name is Lucy Maud. And back when I worked at the library, I have been retired 15 years. I can't believe it. I worked at the library for 20 years. Back when I worked at the library, I used to tell people all the time, you got to read Anne of Green Gables. You got to watch you have to go over to our DVD section here at the library. Check out the Anne of Green Gables movie starring Megan Follows. Only that version. The one that's starring Megan Follows. I always forever telling people, I want you to read Anne of Green Gables. It's a series. But at least read the first one and go over and get that DVD because it is awesome. Good, wholesome family entertainment. Well, anyway, in my Kindle library on my phone, I have L.M. Montgomery short stories. And it includes a short story about Anne at Christmas. So I will be reading that soon. I don't know when, but soon I'm going to read that. And it's public domain, and so I won't get into trouble. So there you go. And the reason I do want to do that, and the reason I will enjoy it so much, is because I love to read out loud. I know there are a lot of people that do not like to be read to. But when my children were little, we read books multiple times every day. We read books constantly. That's what I did with my kids. We read books. We owned a lot. Do you remember Little Golden Books? we owned a gazillion little golden books, and I read those to them. Took them to the library, and we got library books, and we read those. We read constantly. And all of my kids are avid readers now, which makes my heart just swell that I taught them to love reading. I have 4 grandkids. I read to all of them constantly. You think they're avid readers? No, they want to play on their phone. But anyway, when my 4 kids were young, I read out loud to them constantly. Then when my youngest was 4, I think it was before his 5th birthday. I think he was 4 when I got my job at the library. I don't have a college degree. And so it was like an entry-level position, minimum wage. But I loved that job. I absolutely loved that job. And you know, it is true what they say. If you find employment in something you love, it is not a job. It is a pleasure to do. There was never a day I ever said, oh, heck, I got to go to work. On the weekends, I would be thinking, I get to go to work on Monday morning. I mean, seriously, I love that job. Anyway, I got this job in the youth department, the children's department, and I wore a lot of hats. I was the story time lady. My main job was to help children find books that they would love to read. I believe, I've read this somewhere, and I totally believe it. Every person will love reading once they find the right book. And that is the truth. You may think you're not a reader, but if you found the right book, oh, I got to take a picture of this. I don't know if I got any of that, but there's some planes flying in formation, and I love to see planes fly in formation. I love to see military planes. Oh, it's Veterans Day. That's what they're doing. I hope I got that on film. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. Thank you for your service. Amarillo has a Veterans Day parade every year. And it breaks my heart that it is so scarcely attended. I mean, it'll be a big parade with bands and, I mean, the whole enchilada, you know, everything. And it's always on a Saturday. And Amarillo is a large city, but everybody knows what the official parade route is in Amarillo. It's the same for every parade. So it's not because you can't find the parade, but every year they have a Veterans Day parade, and I'll see clips of it on TV, and they'll be very sparsely attended, very few people there on the sidelines. When I worked, I couldn't see it because I worked almost every Saturday. Where'd those planes go? They're going to make a comeback around. I'm going to try to start the car and roll my window down so maybe I can get a better picture. They're going to come back around. Anyway, I always worked Saturdays, and so I never got to go to the Veterans Parade. And every year I tell Casey, I really want you to take Rhett and Taylor to the Veterans Parade. I want you to teach them to honor veterans. Please. It just makes me sick that they're not honored more than they are. Anyway, I worked at the library. I worked in the children's department. My job was to help children find the one book that's going to make a reader out of them. My job was to help them find books that they wanted to read. And I loved it. And because that was my job, all of us in the children's department read children's books all the time. Because how can you tell a child you'll love this book if you've not read it? So So for 20 years, I read tons of children's books so I would know to recommend them to children, and I really miss that. Well, anyway, I was the storytime lady, and so I read books to kids. And I'm going to pat myself on the back. I was a good storytime lady. In the summer, I would have, we had a clicker, and we had to count who we all attended things, because in the library world, as well as in businesses, stats are everything. If people aren't coming to the library, they're not going to get library funding from the city. Stats are everything. I'm doing my finger like I used to do. I'd hold this little metal thing in my hand. It was a clicker, and I'd click every kid that came in the door for story time. I used to have like 75 kids in attendance for story time, which was, I mean, that's a big story time attendance. Oh, here they come again. I have no idea what you're going to see of those planes. When I get home, I'll edit and see if I can fix this up. Anyway, I love children's books. I love reading to children. And I'm so out of practice because I haven't been reading out loud. But I was honored that Debbie would say, would you like to take over reading public domain books so I can have a little break, and I will tell my fans so they'll come to your channel. So Debbie, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the confidence you have in me that I can do it, because she's a fantastic reader. She was a teacher. I enjoy listening to hers. Until Pollyanna, I was listening to whatever she was reading at night before I go to bed. And I loved listening to Debbie. But anyway, so I'm going to take that up, and Debbie can start back whenever she wants, and there's enough public domain books we can both do it if we want to. I know people read books on YouTube all the time without it being public domain. I just saw where somebody was reading this children's book. It's like a young adult book called Bud Not Buddy. And I know that author hasn't been dead 70 years to make that book public domain. And no dogs. And they can get their channel taken away for doing that. I don't know what they do. The two little books that I want you to read, Stranger for Christmas and The Modern Magi, I have written to that author and the publishing company at least 3 times, asking them, can I please have permission to read these? And I get no response. It annoys me, because I want to read those books to you. But anyway, I'll be doing that. And my new subs, I've got a bunch of new subs, and I have a bunch that left me. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Other creators told me they have been losing subs too. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I do have subs that haven't been with me all that long. So I wanted to tell you that I used to be the storytime lady at the library, and I love that job. And I'm going to start reading some public domain books. And if you don't want to listen to me read, that's fine. Don't do it. If you do, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment and let me know you listened. There's something else I was going to tell you in a video today. What in the heck was it? I don't know. Shoot. I'll think of it in just a minute. I'm going to turn this off till I think of it. We are having just an absolutely gorgeous day. I need to go inside and do some stuff, but I just can't. I have to be outside. It's just gorgeous, especially for November. While we were at Sam's, we got lunch. Some of us had a Sam's hot dog and Coke for $1.50. Let me tell you, that was the best hot dog I ever ate. So if you're ever near a Sam's, you don't have to have a Sam's card to buy the food, I don't think, over at their deli. Go get a hot dog and a Coke for $1.50. It was good. And then Fazoli's is right there. This looks little, but it's plenty. They have a special spaghetti with marinara sauce and 2 breadsticks for $3.99. Now, if you're going to have to eat out, that's pretty cheap eating, $3.99. And it says a half serving, but it's plenty. Okay, I'm going to go, but I've got another video for you that I've already made for tomorrow. I'm on a roll, people. And that video is about something that Rhett and Taylor bought in Sam's, and I may have to go back and get me the same thing because it just might make me give up Dr. Pepper and 7-Up and Squirt and Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, not Coke. Anyway, truly, they found something that's 0 calories that just might help me give up drinking sodas. So come back tomorrow and see what's in that video. I'll talk to you later. Let me know what you had for lunch. Let me know if you've read any of those books. If you have read At Home at Midford, or if you plan to, let me know. Let me know if you've read Modern Magi or Stranger for Christmas. I would have you start with Modern Magi if it were me. Again, they're very slender little books, won't take you long to read. And I have read them since the day they were published every year at Christmas, and sometimes not at Christmas. Uplifting, powerful, meaningful stories. And I do respect your beliefs. If you can't stand to read a book more than one time, I understand. That's okay. However, I can read a book over and over. If you are a person that reads the Bible, you read scriptures over and over. And every time I read Modern Magi, it lifts me up. So let me know if you're going to read it, if you have read it, if you've bought it, if you got it at the library, whatever. Oh, and about your library. Go get a library card. Your library needs you. If libraries are not used, then the cities will stop giving libraries money for staff and new books and things like that. So please support your local library. It's an important thing for towns to have. Okay, I'm going to go now. Talk to you in tomorrow's video. Bye.